Hello. I've been thinking about the idea of salvation, the idea of living eternally, being saved with God for eternity. Is it worth it? Is it worth forsaking the entire world? Is it worth forsaking family? Is it worth forsaking everything else around you just to follow Christ? So here's the thing. At best here, the Bible says we'll live about 70 years in Psalms. And experience has shown us that, yes, that is true. And we can even extend it a little. There are a few people that live up to 100 years old, 90 years, 80 years. Okay, for argument's sake, let's say you live up to 100. The question is heaven worth it? Assuming you give yourself the best of life in this 100 years. Now, we know from experience that the best years are somewhere around maybe 22, 25 to somewhere around 60, when you can really enjoy life, when you have the strength to enjoy the fruit of your labor. So the question is, what is it that you can enjoy in this life? Okay? So much that you forget about everything else. You enjoy things carefree without worrying or thinking about heaven, about what you need to do to get to heaven, because we know Jesus says he who follows him should forsake all. So if you want to follow Jesus, you have to forsake everything. But let's say you're saying, no, it's not worth it. Let me just live my life as I please, as I want, so that if I get lost, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, I would have enjoyed myself, okay? But then again, when you think about it critically, you compare anything between 25 to 60 years when you have some strength, and even 60 years is a stretch when you talk about thinking of strength. 60 years and you, so that's at best about maybe 35 years of good strength to enjoy your life. And let's say you have all the money within that time. So you enjoy the best 60 years of your life. And then if you live up to 100, you live the next 40 years being cared for by others. And all this time you're being cared for by others. Remember, you have lived a life of neglect, a life of denial of God, a carefree life. But then, in this time, instead of investing in heaven, you have been investing in damnation, in a life that will end. Okay? So you have 35 of your best years compared to eternity, a period of life without end. Which one is more worth it? You suffer a little here, okay? You suffer a little here so that you can enjoy heaven. But most of the time, we think it's too big a cost for us to give up on heaven, for us to give up on the pleasures of this world and then decide to follow the ideals of heaven, of Jesus Christ, the ideals espoused in the Bible. But then, when you try to compare the two, 100 years on earth compared to eternity, I mean, what is 100 years even just compared to the years that our early fathers used to live. You know, Adam lived to 930 years. Methuselah lived to 969 years. You know, Noah lived to 950 years. So what is 100 years compared to eternity, compared to everything that you can live in eternity? And the Bible says we're talking about eternal bliss here. It's not just eternity, you know, maybe eternity of earth continuing. No, no, no. It's eternity in bliss, a life without end, and a life full of happiness, a life without any troubles whatsoever, because the Bible says, I wipe away all tears from their eyes. There'll be no more pain, no sorrow, no suffering. You know, whatever you do, there will be no loss of power or strength on yourself. Whatever work you do, it will be out of total enjoyment. So here's the thing. Comparing the best of your 100 years on earth with the best of God-given eternal years, which one would you choose? For me, the choice is simple. Eternity with Christ is worth everything. Think about it. Thank you.